Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing the tourism situation in what's appearing to be the immediate aftermath or the easing of the COVID-19 lockdown. And we're making this video in early June of 2020. And this is to provide some insight for folks who are sort of in this limbo period as we're awaiting the lockdown's full easing, if you will, or the lifting, if you will, of the lockdown fully. And we're waiting to see exactly what's going to be going on with respect to tourism. In a recent article from Reuters, Reuters.com, articles titled, "No Confirmation on When International Tourists Can Return to Thailand, PM. Quoting directly, Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha has appeared to downplay the idea that international tourists would be allowed to return to Thailand next month. The Thai government had previously set a tentative deadline of 1st July for lifting all restrictions put in place in order to combat the spread of COVID-19. However, last week it was reported the lifting of restrictions would mean that international flights to Thailand would resume from 1st of July. But on Tuesday, the Prime Minister said Thailand will still had a long way to go in its fight against COVID-19 before international tourists would be allowed to return. The Prime Minister said the issue hadn't yet been discussed by the Cabinet. He added that only tourists from certain countries may be allowed to visit Thailand, namely countries where the COVID-19 outbreak is deemed to be under control. So there's further information in that article, and I usually don't quote quite so much from these articles, but I thought all the nuance was necessary there. And I also think it's interesting, only tourists from certain countries may be allowed to visit Thailand, namely countries where the COVID-19 outbreak is deemed to be under control. We're making another video contemporaneously with this one where we get into that overall issue a little bit more in detail. We kind of do a little bit deeper dive. But the long and the short of it is, again, and this is important, the Prime Minister said the issue hadn't been discussed with the Cabinet. So we don't know exactly where this stands as of the time of this video. It may end up that July 1 is the time when the restrictions are lifted and tourists are allowed to return, or there could be some further postponement of that happening, or there could be some sort of mixed response. It all remains to be seen. That being said, we will continue providing updates on this channel as things progress.